What's good, guys? It's Ilson 4K, and you know why you're here, and I know why you're here. Because you saw it, and I saw it. Brand new Beavis and Butt-Head episodes. Yes, brand new Beavis and Butt-Head episodes, not just the movie, are now available on Paramount Plus, which is of course only 2 episodes because they're playing it smart and staging it so that way we all don't run away from the streaming service providers that are sucking us dry. Much like everything else that's subscription-based. Anyway, as I was saying, new Beavis and Butt-Head, Paramount Plus. You gotta check it out. We got 2 episodes, but just like old school Beavis and Butt-Head episodes and the episodes in 2011, there are 2 episodes per episode, as well as 2 music videos or more per episode, but it's not really just music videos anymore they're reviewing. Much like the 2011 variation, they do some other types of media that we're gonna go over in this, because it's really just fascinating the way these people took Beavis and Butt-Head, and by these people I mean Mike Judge, his team, MTV Production Studios, and have always continued to make Beavis and Butt-Head be so goddamn relevant and so funny for their time period, no matter what. Even though the episode is really based on something that's 90s gross out humor and dick and fart jokes. It's really immaculate. But anyway, guys, there are 4 episodes in this, and we're going to talk about them now. I'm going to break them down into 3 sections, more or less, each episode, as well as music videos, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to cover it all right now, so make sure you stick around, because this shit is hilarious. And I guess you could say this is spoilers, so, you know, make sure you think about it before you watch it, guys. Alright, let's talk about the first episode we see in this series ever, for the first time in 12 years, is an episode called Escape Room. It features Beavis and Butt-Head going into an escape room. Yes, an escape room. The thing where you go in there and you kind of have to be smart to use your brains to solve wits and escape the room in the hour that you paid, so that way, you know, the puzzle is solved. You have to know how to read clues, notes, all other stuff. I had to be pretty smart for the one I did with a bunch of other people. Everyone solved a puzzle or 2 themselves. It's really a lot of fun, and it's not the kind of thing I'd really want to do with Beavis and Butt-Head. Beavis and Butt-Head, of course, end up in this room. How? 2 girls are trying to go in, and the guy at the desk tells them you need a party of 4. They turn around and see Beavis and Butt-Head outside running over milk cartons, or having milk cartons run over, I should say, and all of a sudden ask them if they want to come in. Beavis and Butt-Head, of course, go in. The girls end up paying. Butt-Head, of course, asks the girl to pay, and she says, "We'll split it 4 ways later," and he goes, "Yeah, baby. You know what that means, right?" So he walks away after being asked where the escape room is and says, "Beavis, don't worry about it. We're going to score later." The girl said she wants to have a 4-way. Beavis and Butt-Head are classic with this stuff. Moving onward from there, they are directed on where to go for the escape room. But instead of going into the escape room, they end up in the bathroom. And they assume the bathroom is the escape room, and from there, absolute hilarity ensues. And I don't want to really ruin it any further than that, because you have to see what these guys do getting stuck in the bathroom, all because Beavis thinks a push door is a pull door and can't get the thing to open, so it has to be the right room, and absolute mayhem ensues. I would totally give this episode at least, you know what? I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Solid episode. Really liked it a lot. One of my favorite things about it is watching the new dialogue and animation style of Beavis and Butt-Head in this series be so high budget and impressive now. And the way that they're drawn and animated, again, is just like the movie, but of course no one's going through fancy 3D effects or anything crazy like that. Mike Judge and the team really worked hard on this and made this first episode really matter, and I can't tell you enough how great I really thought it was. I mean, I was absolutely in love with it. I think it's awesome. We're going to move on to the next episode now, which is a little more unique and different. It's actually an episode with just Beavis. That's right, it's just Beavis and Fire. Yes, an episode with Beavis and Fire in it. It's an episode literally where Beavis has an obsession with fire, and he's by himself, and he tries to get matches, and he can't get matches, and he goes in the back and he runs into a dumpster on fire. That's an entity that actually starts talking to him. Yes, Fire starts talking to Beavis. And this is pretty cool because, you know, we've never really seen anything like this before. And I'm sure this is really Mike Judge shoving it into the face of the people back in the day who said Beavis can't say fire on TV by literally making an entire episode about Beavis and a talking dumpster fire. It's literally a dumpster fire talking to Beavis and giving him commands. And you figure, of course, user commands would imagine things such as burning things down, right? Wrong. He asks Beavis to run around the track 4 times. And want to know why? Because he says Beavis is a special one. And he starts reminding Beavis of all the times he was there. And from there, Fire starts giving Beavis these obscure obstacles to do to make Beavis more supportive and smart of himself, so that way he can move onward and make it to college. I'll be quite honest with you. This episode was a little strange, it was a little unique, but I think one of my favorite things about it is the irony behind it, like I said, that Mike Judge was probably doing this to shove it into people's faces from back in the day of how ridiculous they were overreacting, even though at the time Beavis and Butt-Head were claimed to have started fires. Interestingly enough, I thought this episode was, alright. I want to say it was like a 3.5 out of 4. The dialogue between Beavis and Fire is really cool. Beavis shows a bunch of emotions in this. The animation again on this is so superb. We see Beavis show we see Beavis show emotions that we've never seen before, and the way he seems surprised and scared and everything else. They're really putting a lot of emphasis on this being Beavis' own episode. And I thought it was kind of cool, but it just wasn't for me. That's really just how I gotta say it. It was like a 3 out of 5, but it wasn't bad at all. I have to be quite honest with you. 3 out of 5, not bad at all. The first new episode of Beavis and Butt-Head, again, was fantastic. Very well written, very well done. The dialogue is superb. They're doing a really good job of making Beavis and Butt-Head seem smart, but not too smart, which people said they were in the 2011 series, which I wholeheartedly disagree with, to be quite honest with you, because Beavis and Butt-Head have to evolve a little bit to appeal to today's audience, including us who have grown quite a bit since Dick and Fart jokes in the mid to late 90s, right? Right. So I really got to recommend this. I would suggest the fact that overall, I'll give the full episode easily a 4 out of 5. Fair enough. 4 out of 5. I would give the whole episode a 4 out of 5. Easily great episode. I would watch it. So now that I've told you about that, let's move on to the next episode, which in my opinion is much, much, much funnier. Alright, let's talk about the next 2 episodes. Well, next episode, but 2 episodes within there. First episode is an episode called Boxed In. And it really starts off in a really funny way, because as usual, Mr. Van Driesen is in class trying to teach the boys something, and all of a sudden this loud whirring noise goes off, and it's Beavis with a portable power drill. Yes, Beavis has a portable power drill, and he kind of goes crazy with it, causes a little bit of destruction, not a whole lot, nothing too chaotic. Mr. Van Driesen, of course, takes it from him. Beavis and Butt-Head, of course, come up with a way to get the drill back and end up stuck in a box, hence the name of the episode, Boxed In. Very unique episode, very cool. The boys, whenever they're in a jam, it's usually one or the other, like Butt-Head stuck in a pipe or Beavis stuck by a vending machine. You know, it's always one or the other. And this episode is actually both of them stuck in a box together. And this episode really exemplifies what Mike Judge said at the end of 1998 in the end of the first season, or not the first season, but the first time he thought he was done with this series, and he more or less said, I want to thank all the people who worked so hard to make Beavis and Butt-Head look so stupid, because in the end this is really a TV show about a bunch of nothing going on, and that's why it was so funny, it was controversial, but nonetheless, the boys end up in a box together, and they just managed to somehow make a hilarity of an episode out of it nonetheless. I'm not lying, the episode is great. Despite the fact it sounds like it could get old fast, thankfully the monotony is broken up in the music videos, which we'll get into another section of this video of later on. And from there, the monotony is not really there because of the breakage of that by the music videos. In addition to that, the way these guys just execute, literally beating the crap out of each other in a space with this much room, only Beavis and Butt-Head can pull this off and make us laugh that hard, while being stuck inside of a box. And when they finally escape, the climax to them getting out and how they get freed, I'm not going to spoil that because that's just probably the best icing on the cake of an episode that we've gotten so far. Really, I'm not going to lie, I give this episode, I give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. I like it a lot. I like the new direction they're going with Beavis and Butt-Head, as I've been restating in this video over and over again. The dialogue, the monologues between, anytime they have a thought like that. Very, very nicely done. Moving onward, there's an episode now called Beekeeper, which hands down my favorite episode in the series so far. This is my 5 out of 5. My favorite episode. I was really happy with what I saw so far, but this lets me know that they're still on track to do more of what I'm looking for out of every occasional Beavis and Butt-Head episode, because every episode can't be like this, but it's a straight up chaos episode for Beavis and Butt-Head. They go to a farmer's market accidentally, wanting to buy jars to break them on the ground. They run into Van Driesen and decide to ask him to buy some of the jars on the table, only to find out these jars contain bee honey. The bee honey, Beavis and Butt-Head watch them sell 4 jars for $50 and get, of course, amazed by that much money, because, hey, why not? The woman says the bees make the honey, so Beavis and Butt-Head, of course, set out to go get bees. They decide to pick up a yellow jacket nest. For those of you who are not biologically inclined like myself and a professional geek outside of this whole, geekdom stuff, I'm an insect geek too, wasps do not make honey. Just gonna leave it at that. So, Beavis and Butt-Head acquire a wasp nest, and from there, things just go completely out of control. Total goddamn haywire. Of course, they bring the wasp nest back to their house. Another, again, classic moment of Beavis and Butt-Head, showing us that they still have it. Mike Judge and the team really bringing it on through and just knocking it out the park as per the usual with this new season. This episode, again, my favorite out of the bunch. 5 out of 5. Absolute hilarity. Not a whole lot of dialogue going on between Beavis and Butt-Head and other characters outside of the intro, mostly themselves. Of course, they have the music video breakage in there, like I said, not music video, but other media we'll talk about. And I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely loved it. Fantastic. Well done chaos episode. Again, the ending is just magnificent. So guys, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to move on to the music video side of things. And it's not just music videos, they review other things now, and we're going to talk about that right now. So yes, the one thing we were all wondering about across the internet, of course, in the new series, was music videos. How will it work? Who will they watch? Are music videos even a thing anymore? Yes. The answer is yes to everything. They, just like in the 2011 episodes, they do not just watch music videos, and rather than watch MTV music videos, they watch YouTube videos and TikTok videos. One of the music videos they watch that's actually very noticeable is the BTS music video, which is a very big Superboy group type of affair that had teenagers going wild a few years ago and still are now. And it comes out that Beavis is an admitted fan of these guys after denying it after being pressed by Butt-Head, as Beavis seems to know more and more about the group on the television. It actually features Beavis doing his famous couch dance. That's right, the couch dance is back for this episode, as it shows Beavis dancing on the couch, getting down, for those of you who remember what that was. And Butt-Head walks out of the room and walks back and catches him and proceeds to just go Jesus Christ and freaks out like you've never seen him freak out before. Animation style is really well done in that music video, as always for the whole episode, as I've been pining about since this whole thing came back. From there, we have a Latin music video that I can't remember the name of, but it's from Sony Music Latin, and it's kind of like I guess a Latin boy group type of affair out there doing its thing, and Beavis and Butt-Head watched that and critique it. What was really interesting is that they showed a YouTube video. They actually showed an ASMR video. For those of you who don't know, an ASMR video is kind of like a video that's like a descriptive sound, like, I don't know, an ASMR video might be like a girl like running her fingernails across like, you know, markers or like, you know, the back of a plastic thing. I don't know. They're really unique. They help people sleep. And anyway, Beavis and Butt-Head watch it, and it's absolutely hilarious the way they react to that, because it's a very soft-spoken type of video where the girl's speaking like this and doing things like that. It's unbelievable. And they start talking quiet. They watch a video on TikTok where a guy shows them how to make tattoo prison ink using a saltine box, a tissue, some lighter fluid. I don't know, man. It was really well done. The music video side of things is really unique and a lot more enjoyable than the 2011 versions, in my opinion. I can sit and watch them and absolutely enjoy it. The dialogue between them is much more advanced, as you can imagine. Everything is just so much more well done with the series, especially the music videos. So out of it all, I gotta say the music videos and the TikTok videos, I know some people aren't gonna like the TikTok videos, but you're just gonna have to deal with it because it's what works, and TikTok is a great form of media to make fun of, and that's what Beavis and Butt-Head have ultimately always been. Critics, right? Critiquing things. So again, music videos are great, the TikTok videos are great. The YouTube video that shows a girl reacting to getting into Harvard is even more funny than it sounds like, because only Beavis and Butt-Head could find a way to make a video of a girl getting accepted into Harvard hilarious without actually wholeheartedly making fun of her. Again, guys, you gotta see this whole thing, it's great. So I gotta say, in closing, for only getting 2 episodes that of course is really 4 episodes, a new twist on how they look at the music video side of things, being all of social media, including not just music videos, but TikTok and Facebook, and who knows what else they have in store. I'm really happy with the Beavis and Butt-Head that we've gotten. Honestly, I give both episodes easily a combined 4.5 out of 5 stars, in my opinion, because this is a really solid start. Things will get better. I think things are going to get a lot better, to be quite honest with you. I think I might have to look at these as lesser episodes if the quality of this continues to improve onward and upward, which Mike Judge and his team, of course, have always been doing with Beavis and Butt-Head every time it came out, no matter what anybody wants to say about the 2011 variations. I love that shit. But really, guys, I think we should keep moving onward to Beavis and Butt-Head. I'm so excited to see them back. Tell me in the comments how excited you are to see them back. I want to know what you want to see them get into. Tell me the type of music videos you want to see them review, or whatever type of social media you want to see them review in the comments right now. Make sure you check me out on twitch.tv/IllSun4K. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video and this channel, because you know I love you guys. I will be doing plenty of Beavis and Butt-Head coverage here with you guys. So make sure you like and subscribe. Take care, guys. It's IllSun4K.